All right, man. We had to talk about this. All right. So it seems like with Netmarble, the demon teams are literally on top, which honestly, there's no complaints about it because honestly, since the Somo days, we've been waiting for the demon team to actually get some love. Because let's be honest, man, Demon's team was super awful for about 2 or 3 years, and they finally are giving some love. But the real problem that a lot of players have been having is that the demon team is just so overpowered with their team being like so high in CC, even without holy relics. Like the demon characters have high CC without even having their relics. It's just that they're so good. They counter so many teams, which leaves a lot of other teams to not even get any shine in PvP. Like the human team with Reinhardt, gone. The unknown team in PvP, pretty much gone. The goddess team that you see right now, trash right now. And it's terrible because these are teams who have holy relics. The demon team don't even have holy relics. None of them. And they're just that good. Imagine if they get holy relics. Oh my god. It's over for all of us. But we are here to talk about what could we do to pretty much buff up the goddess team, because we got to get rid of those demons, boys. Those dirty, dirty demons, we have to get rid of them. So today we have a concept video today. I haven't never done a concept video. So I'm very excited to try this out to see how well I can do this. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you want to see more concept videos. So we have some concept for my boy Lancelot. As you can see right now, we're pretty much showing you casing the newer goddess characters, and I will be explaining why they're so terrible. But first, we know that Global is about to have their anniversary soon, and let's be honest, we are hoping Mael is there. We want the boy Mael, who is gonna buff these trash characters. These garbage goddesses, we want that. And possibly even more goddess characters, because let's be honest, we need an update. Netmarble don't buff characters, but at least we want to update on probably like kits and stuff like that to at least want us to compete in PvP. You're not competing with these characters. Ritarmiel, he's a goddamn Link at this point. A Link. Margaret, a Link. Sariel, a Link. That is sad, okay? But we have a concept from my boy Lancelot about Mael, and we are gonna go through it. Again, I haven't took a look at it at all, so we want to see if this is gonna be a concept that will be pretty much good for the the goddess team. If you have any other ideas, comment that down below, and let's see what we got right here. All right, all right, I had to redo this because we're not gonna lie to you. I felt like I was talking my freaking mouth off from just looking at this goddess Mael. I am a very active thinker, so I feel like with the concept it's very hard for me. But let's read his passive that they got right now for the concept from my boy Lancelot. He says, when enter the battle, applies 3 ignite effects on all enemies for 3 turns. For every ignite on the enemy, increase the hero's damage dealt to enemies by 5%, and decrease allies' damage taken by 5%. If no ignite is active on the enemy's field for 2 turns, increase the hero's base stats by 30% for 1 turn, resets back again. Okay. And his grace is becomes immune to ignite effects, and increase the hero's attack by 20% when attacking an ignited enemy. All right, so first of all, let's talk about the grace and passive that he got right now. I feel like, I guess he's playing off that sunshine lore with like flames and stuff like that. But from what we've seen with other with Escanor, none of them really plays out that sunshine effect with like flames and stuff like that. Maybe because it's Mael that he's playing off of it. But I'm trying to figure out, is the becoming immune to effects, is that the team wide, or is that like where it has the grace? I'm actually curious about that, because that could be make you a pretty solid grace for like Skull and Hades, because instead of you needing a specific character, all you would need is Mael's grace, and you would be pretty solid on the wolves. Because let's be honest, with the wolves, if you get a lot of debuffs on you, then it's terrible. And that's why characters like Freyr and Melaskla are really used, or even Scotty, you know. But Freyr and Melaskla are really used because they can make you immune to ignites. But it seemed like he's playing off that ignite effect. I kind of hate that his passive is like very restrictive, where a character, I'm assuming a character, has to be immune to ignites for 2 turns for him to activate a 30% base stat boost. Just because we've seen characters like Meliodas, who literally gives you 50% attack boost from himself, just for getting hit 3 times, or him using a skill 3 times. That is kind of broken. Unless he, I guess, unless this is like based on like the entire team, like the entire team gets 30% base stats. But I feel like that passive part is just a little bit sucky, just because it's just super restricted. 2 turns is just crazy to me. 2 turns is just crazy. But everything else seems pretty decent. Again, I feel like they're not trying to make this character too busted or anything, which is kind of cool, because sometimes we kind of hate that these freaking festivals be so broken that they kind of like destroy the balance of the PvP or even the game. Now look at his skills. Burning Passion inflicts blaze damage to equal to 25% attack on all enemies. I forget which character has blaze. Is it a new Escanor that has blaze, like his AoE, or am I mistaken? I think it's the new Escanor who has like blaze, but sound like a cool attack. Maybe if they added like something additional to it, that'd be even cooler. Like maybe a flood towards the blaze or anything. I kind of forget what the blaze does. And on the bottom it says inflict cleave damage which does not active crit damage equal to 5% attack on one enemy. Now these are gold cards, mind you. These are gold cards, and I don't know. I feel like 250% multiplier is kind of low up here, but I kind of forget what blaze damage do. It might be pretty solid, especially when you pairing this alongside his ignite effect. You know, especially if it's like stackable and stuff like that. It looks really decent. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, you can probably pair this guy up with some cool comps with like Lilia, Fez Zeldris. You can use a weak point character. You can even use Philo. I feel like there's a lot of possibilities with Mael if this has like a debuff passive. I just feel like, me personally, I feel like it's not a god. He doesn't feel like a goddess character because there's nothing to help goddesses. I feel like Mael, if he ever does come out, he'll kind of like help goddesses from what we've seen with like the demon teams and stuff like that, where the demon teams, their passive are like just suited for demons. They always have like demons in their passive, but Mael seems like he's an overall all-around character, which I guess you can say is a good thing because we want like an all-around festival. But I just feel like to myself, it is feel like a goddess character, you know. And he has some other concepts. You feel me? Let's see. Okay, he has Sariel. Let me make sure make this a little bit bigger. I know it's like a little bit hard to see. Move to the side. Can I move this to the? Okay, there you go. Make sure you guys can see a little bit. I know the words are a little bit small. Okay, it says when. Okay, this is Blue Sariel. Now, from the looks of it, it looks like the same Sariel. It looks like the same Sariel from the green one. Because I don't know if they will make this like a different one, but looking at the grace, it seems like it's the same Sariel. So okay, maybe they might buff. Maybe they might have a decent kit. When the hero attacks the enemy during the ally's turn, the attack counts as 2 separate hits. Every time the hero damages the enemy using a skill, the enemy skill rank will decrease. Wait, let me read this again. When the hero attacks the enemy during their ally's turn, the attack count as 2 separate hits. Every time the hero damages the enemy using the skill, the enemy skill rank will decrease. Is this like basically instead of 1 attack skill, you basically have 2 attack skills? Or is this just like something to deal with a Goddess Elizabeth revive or something? Is this a 2022, 2023 passive? It sounds a little bit weird. I guess it's like a twin hit type of thing where instead of 1 skill, it's like technically 2 skills, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. When hero uses a skill, decrease all enemy crit chance by 3%, crit damage by 8% for 2 turns. So either this is like it's counted as 2 skills and it does damage based on 2 skills, or it's like 1 skill, but it seems like it's 2 skills to probably play off of the debuff. So instead of you debuffing 1 time, you're debuffing multiple times with the Sariel Grace. I don't know. It seemed a little bit weird reading this, but I'm just assuming. And he has inflict damage equal to 250% attack on all enemies. Inflicts 3 ultimate move gauge by orbs. Okay. So he also can ult control as well with an AoE. And he removed debuff from all enemy, increased base stats by 20%. Increased damage dealt to enemies by 50%. And decreased damage taken by 40% for 3 turns. This is Margaret passive. This is Margaret gold card, isn't it? Warm Purify. This is Margaret passive. So he's kind of like playing a support role. I'm assuming he's trying to like debuff a lot of times with Sariel, while also making you like kind of a little bit tanky with the Margaret. I just feel like you'll probably need like a better like a tank character then. If he's playing like the Margaret role, then you're probably gonna need a tank character afterwards because. And wait, hold on, wait. Inflicts quill damage. Wait, hold on. Isn't Sariel ultimate a stance card? Wait, hold up. Unless the buff card is gonna be like a sort of a stance. Doesn't this like contradict the freaking wait? Yeah, cause Sariel's ultimate is a stance card, but I see no stances. Am I confused? Am I confusing myself right now? His ultimate is definitely a stance card, right? Am I mistaken? But let's ignore that. But yeah, it seems like he's gonna be like a support type of character. Don't know about the ultimate though. Seems a little bit fishy. Unless they make this buff card into like a stance card, I guess. All right, next character we got Tarmiel. All right, let's look at this. Is this the red Tarmiel? Yeah, this is the red Tarmiel. Okay. Whenever Grace gets activated during battle, increase all allies stats of allies by 2% up to 8 times. So like a 16% stat boost to all goddesses, I'm assuming. Or I guess all characters. When a hero heals by either a grace or skill effect, place a debuff on all enemies which decrease crit defense and crit resistance by 5% for 2 turns up to 3 times. So 15% crit defense and crit resist. Okay. And then he has his regular red Tarmiel's passive. Interesting. Now, let me look at the grace. Let me look at his skill again. It seems pretty cool. His stuff seems pretty cool with his passive. Kind of makes you want to like use him if you have like all this attached to it with his passive. Makes you want to actually use this character. Maybe I can look at the other characters. Kit inflicts flood damage equal to 250% on attack on all enemies. An AoE flood. That's a little bit trash. I'm not gonna lie. AoE flood is pretty terrible because we've seen Red Tarmiel. Doesn't Red Tarmiel has a single target flood? And that'd be doing like absolutely no damage, man. So I know that the AoE flood ain't gonna do no damage. Especially when you have bronze and silver cards. I know that ain't gonna do no damage. Heals HP on all enemies equal to 25% attack. Applies Euphoria. Euphoria max HP by 30% for 3 turns. I'm assuming Euphoria is pretty much gonna have different multipliers. Depending on like bronze, silver. It say it can heal allies equal to attack of 25% attack. And it inflicts detonate damage equal to 200%. I'm not gonna lie, these passives seems pretty bad with each other because you want to like, I don't know, it just feel like he has no tank character technically. Because I feel like with the thing that is lacking with the goddess team is that they're either not as tanky as you would think they would be, or they just don't do damage. So you have to like play off of one of those things. Like either they're gonna have something where they make them so tanky that you can't stop them, or they do damage. Because the big problem when goddesses versus demons is that when you get encroach, that's GG. And the goddess and the demon team could AoE spam you. So I feel like maybe they'll have like some passive that will prevent that encroachment on you. But I'm not seeing that here. Like he has all this other extra stuff where you can pretty much increase all your stats. But this is about basing off of like activating your grace and stuff. Would this be counted for multiple characters? Would this be counted for one time? Don't really know because let's be honest. I said this before. But PvP right now is super fast. Like matches in 3 or 4 turns. So would you have enough time to build up your entire team with a passive like this? I really don't know. And he says heal HP of all equal to 250% of the attack. But how much would this heal actually be for? At the end of the day. Like I just, and he said increase max HP. So maybe that might be solid. but I feel like you need some defense capability as well. Like you gotta make sure you are super tanky as well if you're gonna do all this stuff with like boosting up the goddess characters. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like these passives are like goddess based. It just feel like they all around. Like I don't mind a restricted passive where to one race if the passive is good, you know? Which we've seen that with the demon team. Like their passives are really, really good and it's restricted to one race. All right, so they have one also for Margaret as well. The Fest Margaret. Oh my god, I zoomed in too much. Okay. Okay, that's good enough. Make sure I ain't blocking anything. No, I'm not. All right, so we got green Margaret, who has the regular Margaret passive. Increase goddess allies base stats by 5% for every hero the goddess races on the battlefield. Okay, now we're talking. So this is like some 4v4 action. Okay. And decrease all enemies attack related stats and defense related stats by 20% for 1 turn at the start of the ally's turn if they are of demon race. Okay, so he's so Margaret is racist. Okay, I like that. I like it. And he has regular passive. Attack related stats and defense related stats by 20%. That sounds pretty drastic, don't you think? Because even with the demon team, all they do is like usually reduce like what attack. This man said attack related stats and defense related stats. Holy snap, that's kind of busted. If you like pair this alongside the other goddess characters, this sounds like you're gonna be like a crit machine, doesn't it? It sounds like you'll be like a crit machine then, and just start nuking characters back to back. Oh my god. He has a weak point too? Oh my. What is this? A weak point. Oh my god. Margaret sounds like the better of all these characters. Now this sounds like a goddess character. And she's racist to demons? Oh man, yeah, she sounds legit. Inflicts reverse cut damage. What the heck is reverse cut? Her missing hero skill in hand. Wait, what? Reverse cut. Additional damage per missing hero skill in hand. Limit to 140%. Is this like don't have her card in her hand, so if you like using up a lot of Margaret cards and you end up not having that many cards in her hand, you doing like incredible damage. Yo, yeah, she sounds broken. Yo, what Margaret must have been a character who was like designed in 2023. These other characters, these like some 2022 characters. God dang. I mean, Mael seems okay, but these other characters seem like, yo, this doesn't make sense. Especially Sariel Ultimate. Oh my god. Sariel Ultimate is not even working. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm liking Margaret and Mael. Sariel and Tarmiel are a little bit suspect, you know? But yeah, Mael and Margaret are seeming a little bit legit, to be fair. Cause you know, like I like these concept. You know, make sure you guys can comment down below what you would probably change and stuff like that, because these characters do have holy relics, and I kind of feel like sometimes these holy relics are not gonna fit too well with these characters. Like we've seen with the Sariel concept, that this man had like no stance card, but Sariel does have like a stance ultimate, so that's interesting. Because we gotta understand, man, the big problem with the goddess team is that they are so outdated. Like I said before, but PvP is so offensive that the goddess team used to be able to tank a lot of hits. They're not tanking the demon team after a while, because the demon team without holy relics are blasting you, especially when you have the encroachment from Esterosa. I feel like they need to do something where they stop that encroachment. Having your all your stats being cut from 40%, it's just crazy after 4 hits. Especially when you have the demon team who could potentially get like 3 AoE attacks on your entire team. 3 AoEs. And then the next turn, they're going to be encroaching you, and then you just get blasted straight up. And now with the additional Purgatory Meliodas, who get that 50% attack boost from him just using 3 skills or like getting attacked 3 times, it makes it very hard for you to tank. Like Meliodas is going to be blasting characters back to back to back on your team. And the demon team is just so loaded right now. Without even having holy relic status, it'd be almost impossible for the goddess team or any team to like really tank them at all. That's why you usually want to try to go first. But yeah, it's kind of interesting me trying to do a concept video. I just be having so much thoughts in my head as me being a person who play PvP a lot, and I can definitely see the problems when using like these teams like goddesses and stuff like that. Like the meta right now is demons. Like let's be honest, man. The meta right now is demons. All the other teams are like below at this point. If you're gonna use Sin's team, that's trash right now. Unless you're a whale who can out CC everything. Actually, no, I think that's probably trash too. Unless you're using Perkins and Meliodas. Ragnarok team trash. Unknown team trash. Now these teams are decent, but let's be honest to ourselves. If you face a legit demon team, you will understand how bad your team is. I know it might be these people out there be like, yo, Marilli, I use this blah 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 and I still be getting to champ 1. I understand you, but when you get those legit players, you will see how bad your team really is. Just wait until you get those moments. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, this is like my first time doing like these concept videos, and it was kind of interesting to see how well the freaking passive kits actually work well together. Because I don't know, I feel like with this concept from Lancelot, it feels like the team doesn't really suit goddesses. Only like really Margaret and a little bit of Mael, to be honest. But yeah, guys, this is Marilli, guys, and I'm out. Peace.